Hey everyone, welcome back to another Koji update video. This past week was kind of a short one because we were traveling the first half of the week, but still have some cool stuff for you. And yeah, let's dive right in. So the biggest thing that we got this week is that the interface is now localized. So we have English, we've got Chinese, we've got French, and we've got Hindi. And we used a translation agency to kind of do the initial string translation, but all of the definitions are actually available in this Koji internationalization repository on GitHub. So if you see any errors, or if you want to translate this thing into a different language that you might speak, feel free to submit a pull request to this repository, and then once it gets merged in, it'll build and be live on the site. Kumar has already fixed a couple of the Hindi translations that were subpar, so thank you for that. So we're starting to get games on Koji that are 3D, and this means that we need a VCC to let people easily search for objects and change objects around in order to customize these new types of games. So this VCC type lets anybody browse Google Poly, which is this awesome library curated by Google of mostly low poly 3D assets that are suitable for easily customizing games, having some fun. You can search, you can browse, find one you like, and when you click import object, it's going to import all of the underlying assets onto your CDN slice and have them ready to go for you. Behind the scenes, this VCC definition gives you a big object with the OBJ and the material, and then the relative path for any textures that might be associated with it. Or if you want to just load things explicitly, there's an array value with all of the resources in the object. Two other VCC types that were kind of long overdue. One is the range and slider control. The other one is a drop-down select. The definitions for all of these are in the VCC reference and documentation. You can see some of the options. You have like a minimum and maximum value, or how to define options for the select VCC. So yeah, that's cool there. So another cool thing we got this week is a new plugin for Chrome Trusted Web Activities. If you're not familiar with Trusted Web Activities, basically it's a way to package any PWA as an APK that you can submit to the Google Play Store and list as though it were a native Android app. And then when people install it, it simply loads your website in a Chrome custom tab without any of the branding. So it looks and feels like it's a native Android app. This was super easy to set up using Koji. I followed the quick start guide from Google, which involved cloning this repository, opening it up in Android Studio and changing some of the metadata, and then getting the keys that your APK is signed with, and then you just paste them into the plugin along with your app's package name. And now you've got your app running as though it were a native Android app. And this device, actually, this is like a $70 Huawei phone running Android Go, which is a stripped down version of Android specifically for low spec devices in the developing world. It is still Android at its core. The cool thing with doing this with Koji is that you can build the same app or game, and then, by enabling the KaiOS manifest plugin, you can now serve that game on the KaiOS App Store for these tiny smart feature phones. And you can also enable the Trusted Web Activities plugin and now list your app on the Play Store as though it were a native Android app for these Android Go phones and for normal Android phones everywhere else. So you can sort of truly write once and run anywhere. Some other small things that people have been asking for a little while now. You can now delete comments by other people on games you publish, so you can kind of moderate your own comment stream. And then on games you published, you can now see those app attributes that I talked about in the last video that are auto-generated by the Koji build crawler. Yeah, so check it out, play around. I'm excited for some of these 3D games to start coming through. That's going to be really cool. Excited for people to correct the translation agency's translation errors. That will also be cool. Excited to see what kinds of things people build that target these low-spec Android devices in the developing world. That's going to be crazy powerful. And what else is there? I think that's about it for this one. As always, any suggestions, ideas, comments, please feel free to share them on Discord or with me privately. Always happy to chat, always happy to dive deeper. And yeah, see you next time.